So I am super late to the party on this trailer breakdown, but what with Alien Covenant releasing and then the subsequent revelations from Ridley Scott, I've been just a tad sidetracked on that content to make this. However, I've had a ton of requests, and this is a world and aesthetic that captured my imagination as a young man, so I'm really happy to see it making a return to the big screen. A lot of this trailer has done a truly incredible job of capturing the aesthetic of the first film. We open with a shot of Los Angeles, 30 years into the future, but not much has changed. A lot of people are questioning this with regards to why the skyline hasn't changed much in that time, but it's more than possible the world is fairly stagnant on progress in that regard. There isn't construction work in every major city at all times, and if an event has occurred, then progress could have been halted. The next shot is an awesome bird's eye view between buildings as a vehicle flies past, and continuing very much in the same vein that the original movie set. In the 80s, the prediction of the future and the way corporations and businesses were interwoven with that is brought forward into this film, and it's really nice to see reflected with the massive Atari sign. Though Los Angeles in the Blade Runner universe was, and still clearly is, a poverty-stricken, dirty place, we can see that though the poor are poor, the rich are incredibly rich. We see two figures walking through an expansive space. Further in, and we see it's Agent K and an assistant. Agent K is clearly being escorted through the building to meet someone or post-meeting. We can see this is clearly a company that manufactures replicants. As Agent K walks down the stairs, we see some of the works on display. The bodies on display could be considered prototypes or molds for replicants to be produced from. The beings on display are not as intricate or detailed as the types we have been introduced to in the films. We get our first look at what is possibly a replicant being born or finishing the final stages of manufacture. The framing of the room itself and how it's laid out is a very clinical and symbolic place. The lighting is dramatic and precise, beaming down from above and bathing the just born replicant in its warmth. It's unlike any factory line I've ever seen, and its significance is not clear, but it also may be a direct reflection on the designer's belief of what replicants represent. We get our first shot of Wallace, or supposedly Wallace anyway. Jared Leto's character in the film, it's unknown who he is, but the dialogue and location suggests he is running the company or designing the replicants to a degree. A lot of people have suggested he is blind. As we can see, he has what can be assumed to be a form of implant in his neck. It could be that this is linked to a form of synthetic eye, receiving data and processing at a high rate. However, he could just be blind also, though it seems unlikely when in a future world you can grow body parts. The image is a gripping one. Wallace says happy birthday to his creation, comforting and reassuring him, though there is a voiceover which is contrary to his displays as he describes his replicants as a disposable workforce, essentially slaves. We see what is implied through the next few shots to be the police station. It's a massive building and not at all like what we've seen in the first movie. So I guess previous statement about progress being halted isn't entirely true, and we may be able to take this as some slight change on the skyline of Los Angeles. We see Robin Wright barking orders, potentially at Agent K, going on to say there is an order to things. That's what we do here. We keep order. The world is built on a wall that separates kind. Tell either side there's no wall, you bought war. Now, is this a sign of what has happened or things to come? If you listen closely, there is an edit point in the audio between separates and kind, where they have likely cut out a pretty big spoiler and a revelation set to be revealed in the movie. Is this monologue explaining a war between replicants and humans? We get a really nice shot of the weapon Agent K is set to wield in the movie, very similar to the one Deckard used in the first film, but it does appear smaller and a little more streamlined. However, this could be explained by either time within the movie universe or simply a design change. A shot which is very reminiscent of the third act of the original film. Agent K standing in the moonlight, beaten and bloody, extremely reminiscent of Deckard post-final fight. We see the holograms which were present in the first film, advertisers and entertainment, then moving into a shot of Agent K and Joi. The rumour is that Joi is a replicant and instigates a change in mindset for Agent K, but we have to wait and see. Into Las Vegas now, changing the gritty and dark streets of Los Angeles for the sand and gorgeous red tones. Clearly a wasteland, but it's so nice to see new areas to the Blade Runner universe. It leads me to question what happened here. Why is this place deserted and dilapidated? Its former glory lost to the world. There is some incredible imagery throughout the next few shots as we see the former bustling city that was Las Vegas. We go in on a shot of Agent K entering the vintage casino. The name can be seen if you flip the image. It's quite clear and apparent from the tripwires and the gun he wields that Deckard does not want to be found. Whether he recognises the gun or vehicle Agent K is using, or he knows of him, he is well aware of what Agent K is, a Blade Runner. As shown in the teaser, as he states he used to do his job once. He was good at it. The next shot is truly a beautiful one. Again, it's so nice to see multiple settings in this universe, and it gives the impression this movie has a really large scale. We see a spinner or flying car heading over a white topped landscape, which is potentially the lead up to a shot we see next, of Deckard in the snow, donning a jacket very similar to the one in the original. Sporting a wound on his head, but from the snow, this appears to be where the spinner was flying to in the earlier shot, and it definitely does not look like Los Angeles. So in the next shot, we get a return to the future 80s aesthetic that the original Blade Runner established. And are these potentially acolytes of Pris and Roy? It's not that far-fetched to consider they may have become legendary to replicants, but either way, a fantastic callback and really nice to see. We get introduced to a date or numbers. If it is a date, it's showing 2 years after the events of the original movie, and the widely accepted theory here is this is a gravesite of Rachel, the replicant who captured Deckard's heart in the first film. Is there significance between this and the events that will transpire in this film? Potentially. We see our first shot of what is said to be a henchman for Wallace, Jared Leto's character. It's speculated currently that she is in fact a replicant, but for now, we don't know many details past guesswork. It would make sense if she was indeed a replicant, working for Wallace after all. A fight ensues between Agent K and our mysterious henchman, K being in the rain outside and Hoax inside her car. Deckard now looking out over what is presumed to be Las Vegas. The red tones are the giveaway here, and it may be that replicants followed Agent K to either kill Deckard or Agent K, it isn't known. However, it can almost be confirmed they are replicants from the fact they are seen brutally smashing through a wall whilst in pursuit of Deckard. It seems between this shot and the next one there is a scene that transpires as the figure seen saving Deckard from the explosion appears to be Agent K. So we can guess a fight ensues, potentially where Agent K and Deckard team up, and this is when Agent K finally wins Deckard's trust. This scene is said to be in Las Vegas, potentially a showroom within Deckard's hotel hideaway, but nothing is confirmed as yet. However, we do see an Elvis hologram or impersonator in the background. Dave Bautista makes an appearance, but we're left in the dark as to what his character is or who he is. The next scene could be a giveaway that he is a replicant. It would make sense and be great casting too in my eyes. But we see Agent K being lifted up and hurled through a wall. Though Bautista is a big hulking guy, this could either be his character or the fact he is a replicant with superior strength. More holograms, a truly beautiful and aesthetically stunning shot. The contrast between the pink and violet tones with the dark, dreary backdrop of Los Angeles just adds to this shot in an incredible way. Now a shot of a burning building and Agent K walking away. The running theory here is that this is where Agent K and Bautista's character had their wall-breaking fight, and potentially Agent K turned the tide to then burn him inside. We then see Agent K stepping through a door, maybe to a holographic room of some sort. We can see what looks like a corridor behind Agent K as he steps through. It isn't confirmed currently though who the figure is that is facing him. Flashback to the earlier gunfight in the rain, and it seems Hoax's character was in fact protecting, or should we say detaining, Deckard and bringing him to Wallace, perhaps due to Deckard's secrets. He has what looks like handcuffs on, and this likely leads to Agent K being in pursuit of them both. We have a few callback shots to earlier things shown in the trailer, the showroom again and the explosion in Deckard's hotel. Then we flash to Agent K with a book. We hear Joi saying, "Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left." The running guess here is that Agent K is in fact a replicant. However, I think this is a misdirect, but of course we'll have to wait and see. Blade Runner 2049 hits theatres in October of this year, and I absolutely cannot wait. I'll be bringing you guys reviews and trailer breakdowns on the lead up to its release, so if you want to stay up to date on this, then stick with me, Mr. H. But as always, I'll be keen to hear your thoughts on this trailer. Did it get you hyped and pumped for the movie? Did it leave you potentially concerned about the direction they may be heading? Let me know what you thought of this trailer down below in the comments section, and if you did enjoy this video, then please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for more in the future. I've been Mr. H, and until next time, I'll catch you in the comments section.